problem with the country song.
But you got a problem.
I went back to the 80s. Back to the outfield. And Larry Joe.
We come into another country number, Tyler Childers. White House Roads.
Outback or Outhouse, whatever. Outback Jack, Outhouse, whatever. Anyway.
This is another good country artist.
Yeah, it is.
Tyler Childers.
Yeah. Becky, I think Becky.
She likes him?
Yeah, she does.
I got turned on to him by a guy. Shit. A TikTok
Who was the
guy.
culprit?
I can't remember his name. Damn. I'll have to try to go back and give him credit. But
anyway, we're back in the sack. Segment 2 here. That is the redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo. The highly questionable one, RJ Miliaccio. Hey, the weekend is upon us, boys and girls. Friday. You ain't got shit to do. Okay. Actually, I worked till 8, but I had shit to do. But anyway, and so did he work today too. So, in the event, had a nice couple of days here. Hit some 70-degree weather. It was wonderful. Hope
a couple days in a row.
Oh yeah. Hope it returns. And today wasn't. If it didn't rain, the rain ruined everything. But eventually it stopped. Of course, I was at work when it stopped, so it didn't matter to me. But
it's kind of nice. I was working from home, sitting on the couch.
Yeah, that's nice.
Kind of nice.
I had to go in and listen to but whatever, it happens. Anyway,
going in the office.
Segment 2. The All-Star Weekend is here. Trying to stay away from it. Just trying to stay away.
See, here's the thing that you don't know.
You don't know.
For the past hour and 15 minutes.
Has it been that long?
I don't. Maybe not.
It was a while.
It felt like it.
Yeah, it was a while.
We've been arguing the point.
Or a point to find.
Yeah, we have been arguing a point from a very famous sports movie, a football movie.
One of the greats.
Football comedy, as we like to call it.
Yes.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yes. The one and only Jim Carrey at the height of his powers.
And the everlasting argument, is Finkel Einhorn or is Einhorn Finkel? Or are both statements true? And for the last hour and 15, he's been arguing that Einhorn is Finkel. And I've been arguing that statement is true, along with the fact that Finkel is Einhorn.
So in other words, he doesn't disagree, but along with that, there's this.
I agree with that, and
I'd like to add.
There's no but.
So, anyway, that was the argument. We're not going to get into the results because it's ongoing.
Well, we're considering actually trying it again. On
not
camera.
right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
But
no,
eventually, trying it again. Yeah. And we don't stage it. We just say, hey, let's argue about it again.
And one of us will bring it up.
It is literally a never-ending argument.
It does not end.
Because there's always a moment where you think you have a breakthrough and that you've cracked the code to prove yourself right, and then you realize, oh, it's the same argument as the other as that side.
Who knows? We don't know. Neither one of us gave in. So it's
never-ending argument.
And honestly, we got to be careful. It could divide a nation. It could seriously divide a nation. But we will do it again.
You think it's been divisive now with the Republicans and
Democrats? You throw this into the mix. Holy
You throw Finkel and Einhorn in there?
Oh, my God. Seriously. Just declare a state of emergency. Call out the National Guard.
You'll literally have people kidnapping dolphins.
Looting in the streets, boys.
Kidnapping dolphins.
Oh, my God. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. This crazy crap. By the way, that was from Ghostbusters.
Remember, they kidnapped a dolphin in Ace Ventura.
They did. Snowflake.
Remember when he does the James Bond or the Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Into the Shark Tank?
Yeah. And then Jaws is in there.
Like, that's not Snowflake. That's not Snowflake.
And then they do this whole thing on Jaws, and clearly it wasn't Jaws because he emerged unscathed. It's like, please.
You're lucky. Had I been drinking from the toilet, I might have been killed.
Yes. I bet it's the bad day. Just like... Anyway,
he came out with his pants torn off.
Don't go in there. Woo!
I think it's the bad day. Oh man, that was funny. It's so stupid.
That movie is timeless. There are some, we've been pretty lucky. We've got some ones that you just can't. They're still funny 30 years later. So I mean, but yeah. Finkel, Einhorn, Finkel. You have at it. Let us know what you think. We will do that again.
I'd like to see other people, see how people.
I'm saying we could start.
How else can you approach?
Do you know what this could turn?
We were literally arguing the same shit for an hour, thinking we were making new points.
Thinking we were both,
and we weren't.
No. But both arguments were valid. and at the same time, invalid.
I'd like to see like some really smart scientific people do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Well, because of the theory of
The
relativity and how
scientists will
matter.
both be going, who are these two idiots again?
Who the fuck is Finkel?
Who the fuck are these morons?
Oh, well, Einhorn's not real, but Ray Finkel, well, who's Ray Finkel? Oh, he's a character in a movie. Yeah. So he's not real either.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
so
listen,
now actually,
we went
neither
around,
one of them exists.
We went around
neither one of them is
and
anything.
around and around with this. And there's another nugget to throw on.
You think about that, right?
What's one more log on Mount St. Helens?
But think about that argument. Think about that argument.
I'm saying this argument can spin off into so many directions.
But think about how
it's not even funny. I mean, it is funny.
Think about how that calls into question your entire row of defense.
I'm just saying.
By saying that.
Well, yours too.
No.
Neither one of them existed.
No, because I'm saying that fictional characters can exist.
They do not exist. They exist on TV.
Okay,
they exist in a make-believe world. In real life, they don't exist.
So then, in your argument, neither one of them is real. So neither one of them exists.
The only thing real
there is no Ray Finkel. There is no Lois Einhorn because they're both fake characters in a movie.
If you believe that sort of thing.
That's your argument.
But there is Jim Carrey. And in Jim Carrey's mind, baby, they both live.
Exactly.
They both live.
So Finkel, because they're fictional.
So
think about it like this: because they're fictional, then Finkel is Einhorn, and Einhorn is Finkel.
As Jim Carrey said to a very smoking hot Courtney Cox, well, you better be sure, because once you get inside my head, there's no turning back, baby. And as it turns out, he was right. The truest thing in that is don't get in Jim Carrey's head because there's no turning back, baby. Just don't do it. So anyway, segment 2. What the fuck we're going to talk about? I don't even know. We were talking. Actually, no.
New England clam.
No. You know, today there was a question.
Is that the red or the white?
Either or. They both work.
Is the white?
Maybe the white. The NFL draft is coming up soon.
We're talking draft.
And this is the other thing that happened before the Einhorn Finkel fiasco. There was a question out there today in the sports world, and you've probably heard it by now, about if the Chicago Bears, who currently possess the number 1 pick in the draft, should trade down using their quarterback that they just drafted 2 years ago, who was a Heisman candidate and had a great second year, and he still has no help. Trading him for the whatever pick that is, and getting to get another player and to add this Alabama kid Bryce Young.
Well, because they'd get picked. I mean, they would get 3 ones
for him. They probably would because he's
Would you get 3 ones for him, or would it be like?
I think you get 2.
2, and then maybe like a third round.
Probably 2 and a second rounder. Probably 2 1s and a 2, probably. Which is, by the way,
that's a pretty good haul.
That's a haul.
If you're also getting Bryce Young.
That's the whole thing. You're going to trade down to get Bryce Young.
Or you get C.J. Stroud at that point,
Actually,
right?
you're trading. Here's the thing. They're going to draft Bryce Young for you, and you're going to give them what's his nuts?
And your pick.
And no, they're going to give you the picks for him. You're giving him them. They're going to give you Bryce Young back, and they're going to give you their picks for the next couple of years. That's what they're going to do. And the thing was, people were,
you're giving them the first round pick back, right? No,
you're giving them Bryce Young. They're giving you their quarterback, who a lot of people most people are high on, I should say, and he says going into his 3rd year, so he's been in the league for 2 years, so he's ready to go now. And now it's just about getting help. Right? Maybe that team has receivers, doesn't have a quarterback. Maybe the weapons are there for him because they aren't in Chicago. So if you're that team going, look, we got everything else. If we get that guy, we're in the fucking playoffs contending for a Super Bowl. That's what we're talking about here. Because that's the kind of trade that I understand the other team making. I don't understand the Bears doing it. Because you don't know what this kid's going to be. There's been too many examples of number 1s
Who would be trading with them?
I don't know. Whoever's willing to part with that pick, whatever it is.
Who would do that, you think?
Who was the team that they were talking about?
I think it'd be tough to trade for him. Oh, well, it would be
Was it?
Who were they trying to jump up to?
They were going to...
It's not one, right?
It was either going to be they draft Bryce Young at number 1, and then they trade him to this team for like whatever they got in the first round this year or next year, whatever the hell it is. They're going to draft Bryce Young and then trade the current quarterback there, Fields, to that team in exchange for draft picks because they're going to draft Bryce Young at number 1. And they're going to trade. This is the thing. Do you draft him at number 1 and trade this guy? Or do you, I'm sorry, this is what happens when you've been hanging out with Yoda and Joe Boo and everybody else in between. But anyway, that's the thing. That's the question that was posed out there. And yeah, people went both ways with this. But the thing I don't get, and look, Bryce Young's a hell of a talent. I'm not saying he can't be a great quarterback. But then the thing came about his height. They list him at 6'5". You saw 6 feet 5'10" and then 5 whatever. Then we saw him next to Mina Khan, and that was what apparently started this whole thing. And she's saying she has 4-inch heels on, which I've heard of 3-inch heels, but not 4-inch heels. But anyway, whatever. Semantics. Anyway, the bottom line is they're thinking that picture is if she's 5'5" or 5'6", and she puts this on, she's 5'10", then he's probably 6 feet because he looks like he's 2 inches taller than her. If that's the situation,
okay, so
which no one knows because no one can see from the waist down.
So let me get this straight. So you're thinking they're going to draft
Bryce Young, and then trade him to whoever team gives him the best offer for picks, whichever needs a quarterback.
Who do you think would do that though?
The Jets would do it if they don't get.
Do they have the picks? Do the Jets have the picks?
They have first-round picks. Yeah, you can give the guy. Listen, you can give him 3 first-rounders in a row on top of their pick, unprotected, which means if you stink, they're even higher. You know what I'm saying? So, but the bottom line is you're going to get picks at the end of the first round. The NFL is the one draft that has depth everywhere. You can have Hall of Fame players come out in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. Okay?
Sure.
So, I mean, the bottom line is there's depth in the NFL in that sport, whereas other sports there isn't that kind of depth. But that's the thought process. And then the question is, do the Bears do that, or do they do what I think they should do, and that is draft the best fucking whatever. And if it's the kid from Georgia, the defensive tackle, then draft him. But you got to get another franchise player. And you're at the number 1 pick, so draft the other franchise guy. If you've got your quarterback on offense, go get the Aaron Donald. Go get that dude on defense. Go get the Micah Parsons.
They don't believe in him, though, I don't think.
This is the thing. They don't know what the Bears aren't tipping their hand yet. No one knows what they're going to do. So they're speculating on what they think they should do. And then you got Mike Tannenbaum, the former Jets, keyword former, because he got fired because he's an idiot. And this is reasons why. Because he's the one thinking, yeah, I would trade on from him and get Bryce Young and a boatload of picks back. And there's no guarantee Bryce Young's going to be anything in the NFL.
See,
and honestly, size doesn't really matter here because honestly, the way the offense is playing out, it's not about height anymore. It doesn't matter. They need mobility, and he's clearly mobile.
Dude, I would go to somebody and say, how much are you going to give me for the number 1 pick? If I can get 3 number 1s and a couple of 2s.
Yeah, I would do that too. You can do that too.
Right.
I have no problem with that option. If you trade away the 1 for their 1 and then 2 2s, yeah, it's a good deal. Nobody's going to give you 2 number 1s for 1. They'll give you a 1 for a 1, and then maybe you get 2.
No, you have to give an extra 1 to get it.
You're already giving them your 1. You're going to give them, like, say,
you have to give
your
them
2nd round pick
1.
and your 3rd round pick.
No.
If it's the number 1 pick in the draft, you're giving back 3 picks, and they're all going to be they're not going to be 3 first rounders, though. They're
okay.
Because you don't know what they.
If I give you the number 1 pick because that's how bad you want it, because there is somebody that you need to get at 1.
I will say,
if you want the number 1 pick,
there's a GM dumb enough to trade 3 number 1 picks for 1 number 1 pick, you should be fired.
No, I'm talking about if you can get 3 might be a little much.
A 1, a 2, and a 3 though you could get.
No, you could also definitely get this year's 1 and next year's 1 and a 2nd round pick.
Still 2 to 1. You're not getting that.
Then why should I trade with you?
Because if I can get 3 picks in this draft, because there's 3 players I target, and I got a better chance of getting them, and I can still get the guy I want just by swapping your pick, that's why I do it.
You only get 2 extra picks.
Yeah, but they could be 2 in this. Maybe they're 2 2nd-round picks. Maybe they're a 2nd and a 3rd. A 2nd and a 3rd. If you give a 1 back or give a 1 up, now again, nobody's drafting anybody yet, but you're giving them your number 1 pick because yours is higher, or it's the number 1. And then
if it's the number 1, that's different.
And then you're getting a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3 in that draft. That's a good deal.
I want to go back and research.
That's a good deal.
Number 1 draft trades.
Okay.
Because I guarantee it's more than 1 number 1.
I don't know.
It better be.
No. A 1, 2, and a 3 in that draft is very good for a 1. Because 1s have been busts. But now you got 3 chances to get 2 right or 3 right. With the 1, you're giving up your 1 and then 2 your other picks behind it. So that you're putting out your eggs in 1 basket at the top of your draft. You're getting 1 player at the top of your draft as opposed to 3 or 4. And if you're trying to rebuild something, you don't want to get 1 player. You want to get 3 or 4. What's the value of this? Value.
I'm trying to look it up. The last time the number 1 pick was traded
was
2016 with the Rams. So let's see what they gave up.
What did they get? Yeah, what did they get? What did they give up, really? Well, they gave up the pick. What did they get in return?
Yeah,
right? The Rams
That's
gave
what
up.
I'm trying to find out.
Anyway, so that came up, and the questioning his height. To me, I don't think the height is as big a factor now as it was, say, 20 years ago, because now the game's just different. The offenses are wide open. You run out of the shotgun or the whatever the run and shoot. It used to be called the run and shoot when just Houston was doing it. But when you got 4 or 5 wide open play and he's back in the gun with a RP or run pass option or whatever the hell you're doing. So at that point, it's not so much about height, because now you want a little bit smaller so they can duck behind the line and people can't see him.
Okay, so
unless you're Josh Allen, just runs everybody over.
So this is one. In 2016, Philadelphia traded up from number 8 overall to number 2 to select Carson Wentz. The Browns got a 3rd and 4th round pick, as well as a 1st and 2nd round pick for the following year.
So they got different rounds, but they got multiple picks. Yeah, that makes sense. But you only got one number 1.
2 number 1s because you swap with them.
But it was a 2nd round pick the next year.
It was a 1st round pick the next year. And a 2nd round
They
pick
drafted Carson Wentz, so that was the pick right there. It's not like they're trading a player. It's a pick for a pick. So at that point, you're just drafting Carson Wentz anyway. Because that's what they did, right? They drafted him. That was the point of trading up to get him.
Well, no, we're saying that.
I'm talking about, where you're trading a player who's proven. Because they're talking about, the question is, do they trade Justin Fields for this team's pick, or they how many picks will you give us for him?
Right.
And then they're going to draft Bryce Young at number 1. That's the question. So this is a proven player, not a draft pick. What the fuck? Draft pick is potential. This guy's proven.
I know, but we're just trying to figure out what they could get for the pick.
I think realistically 3 picks.
I know, but this is saying 4.
Well, they got
and another number 1.
It was 2 in each year. You said they got a 3 and a 4 that year, a 1 and a 2 the next year.
A 3 and a 4 plus their spot.
They drafted Carson Wentz at that pick.
Right, but they got that pick.
Yeah, but they got their pick in return that year. They didn't give up their number 1 altogether. The other team got the number 1, just got their number 1. They flipped that pick, and that team drafted a player too.
They swapped number 1.
Yeah,
and
but you're getting a number 1 in return. You're not giving up 2 1s. You're getting 1 back, or you're giving 1 back. You're swapping for position, but you're still got a 1st round draft pick. So you're getting 1, the next one. They're just swapping. You still have, it's the same number.
Okay, well, that's what I was saying. We were just saying it differently.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
you were telling me you would get the one that you would swap picks, and
if it's for a player,
you would get a 2 and a 3.
If it's for a player, you're going to get their number 1 pick because you're giving them a proven starting quarterback, which is the guy they were thinking about drafting.
But we're talking about the pick itself.
I'm just saying they're getting a proven player instead of a pick. I'm talking about the Chicago situation is what I'm talking about.
Right.
And the question is, do they say, put that out there, who will give us the biggest boatload for, because we're going to draft Bryce Young at number 1.
Okay. In the Goff trade,
yeah.
Los Angeles.
That was for Stafford.
Los Angeles surrendered. Damn, this is a lot. 2 first-round picks, including number 15 overall selection in 2016, 2 second-round picks, and 2 third-round picks.
Holy fuck!
Jeez.
All that for 1 Super Bowl? 1?
Man. That was in 2016.
Almost didn't get the 1 you got. Shit. Aaron Donald's make that play.
Well, that was after you traded Goff away.
Yeah. Goff, you watch Detroit next year.
Man, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's not. He's not worth that. I don't know if Brady's worth that. That might Matthew Stafford. But whatever. Well, now the Rams are paying for it.
So the Rams
are stuck now.
The Rams had to move up all the way from 15, though.
How far?
To 1. They went from the 15 pick to the 1st pick.
So they gave the team that got Goff also gave them their number 1 pick. That doesn't make any sense. That can't be right. That doesn't make any sense at all.
All right, let me read it. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah, but whatever came out, that doesn't make any sense.
The number 1 overall pick has not been traded since the Rams moved up from the number 15 overall.
So they swept 1 in
2016 to select quarterback Jared Goff.
So they flopped. All right, so they gave the team their 15, and they gave them a boatload of extra picks, right? So the other team got their 15th that year.
Right.
And then they got next year, right? What did they get the next year?
In 26, no, hold on. in the Goff trade, Los Angeles surrendered. So to get to that first pick and select.
Yeah. So they get the 15th back.
So they
what else did
surrendered. They surrendered 2 first-round selections.
In what year?
Including the number 15 overall. Okay, so that one and next year's.
Okay, yep.
Which is what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the
2 second-round picks.
Yep.
And 2
Did
third-round
the
picks.
second-round picks one in each year, or were they all the next year? Or were they in that same draft? They get 1 second round this year?
I think it was in the same.
Okay, because that would really make sense. But still, that's it makes sense.
Thirds.
It makes sense for the team that made that trade. They got all those picks in return for the Rams to just get Goff. Goff never even won a Super Bowl. I mean, he got to one, but they didn't win. And they moved on from him within 4 years.
See, so that means they could get.
Think about that.
They could get that team's this year's one and next year's one if they wanted to try to push like that.
Who, the Rams?
No, the Bears right now could try to push for that.
They could.
Because they're saying this is the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
If you want it, we'll swap your ones this year, and we'll take your one next year, and give me a second.
Like if you have the number 1 pick in the draft, the odds of you getting a starter, a guy who can start right now, are much better than if you're from say 15 on. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Of course it happens. But if you're the number 1 pick in the draft, barring him being a quarterback and he might sit his first year to learn the ropes, that guy's probably starting.
Listen to this. In 2021, Miami received 3 first-round picks in total.
In what? In 1 year, or just
including the number 12 overall selection
in that draft,
as well as a 3rd-round pick from San Francisco in exchange for the number 3 overall.
So they could draft a guy who's not playing.
So, was that for Trey Lance?
That was for Trey Lance.
They gave up 3 number 1s
for Trey Lance, who is not going to be playing quarterback unless everybody gets hurt in the summer.
That's what I'm saying. I think the right move is to see if somebody will give you a deal like that for the first.
If you're getting all of them,
stay with Justin Fields, but you can probably.
They're not going to do that for a pick. They'll do it for Justin Fields.
No, they will. In both these cases, they did it for picks.
I wouldn't give up that much unless it was for a proven starter.
In the Goff trade, they did it for the first-round pick.
And that hurt the Rams. They had to make another swap to get Matthew Stafford. And they always fuck all the draft picks. Who needs them? Yeah, you won 1 Super Bowl. Now you're the worst defending Super Bowl champion ever. And by the way, the future is bleak. You're not getting any better next year. You're just getting older and fatter. And you can't replenish through the draft because you gave all your fucking picks away. So you're stuck in purgatory. So enjoy the one you got, because that was fucking ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Chicago's right move is to try to get a deal like that.
I can't believe someone would be that stupid.
But they've done.
And by the way, now there's history to prove how stupid it is, because they know what you know.
And also, like,
and because someone's gonna, and then we're gonna go, no. What happened to the Rams? Yeah. There's no way someone's gonna be that stupid again. There's always an unprecedented stupid moment. Usually people learn from it, especially when it's your job. Because if you fuck that up, you're losing your job. Let's be honest. They're firing everybody in the fucking room if someone talks them into that. Okay, and then it backfires the way it has with the Rams. The Rams cannot get out of what funk they're in. And by the way, they've paid all these guys money. They don't have room to go get top quality. If they don't have the money, guys have to take discounts to go and play with them. The Rams are fucked.
Sean McVay had to pretend quit so he could get his staff out.
Dude, they are fucked.
Didn't he do that?
I think he did. The Rams are fucked. He never actually quit. He contemplated.
He fake quitted to get his coaching staff to leave.
They are stuck.
Do you know that?
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
He never actually retired.
No, but he was like, hey.
He was talking about it.
He was like, he went to his people.
He pulled an Aaron Rodgers.
He went to his people and said, look,
a darkness
I'm thinking about taking some time off. Not sure if I'm going to be back. You know, I give y'all permission to go talk to other teams. As soon as they got hired, hey, I'm coming back. Gets a little redo with his staff.
Well, that's great. He can't get any players.
He didn't have to fire anybody.
Should have fired himself.
Exactly. He should have taken the blame.
He should have taken the blame.
But I'm glad that he didn't, because that would be weak to, like, you're there when it's good and the minute it gets bad.
They are officially the worst defending Super Bowl champion ever. Which I didn't even know that title could exist, but because of the Rams, it now does.
Losing Von Miller doesn't help.
They let him. Well, they couldn't pay him. Yeah. They overpaid everybody else. And shit. That was a bad move.
Stafford was banged up.
Why did they overworked Cooper Kupp till he got hurt? Because he wouldn't throw it. Yeah, they brought in that receiver from Chicago who was supposed to be pretty good.
Robert Woods.
Corn Robinson. No, Woods left. He went.
Woods went to Tennessee.
Tennessee, and he left. They brought
Corn Robinson. No, Allen
Robinson, who's good.
I remember at the beginning of the
Chicago.
fantasy season, everybody was like, Allen Robinson all day long.
Because they're going to double team Cooper Kupp
on this side.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing happened because either Matt Stafford didn't trust him or he couldn't learn the offense. What the fuck?
I think Stafford was hurt a lot of the year, too. But you're right. I don't think Allen Robinson ever did anything.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he wasn't even targeted. Like, what the fuck you doing? Why'd you get this guy? And so, yeah, they're the worst Super Bowl defending champ ever. And I wasn't the one who said that, but I agree with it. I do. I agree.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So Tom's gonna go pee.
The iced tea's flowing here, folks.
It's flowing like Capistrano.
Dude, I made that comment in an email the other day.
It's flowing like.
Asked me how the
flowing like Capistrano.
Somebody asked me how the job requisition was going. I was like, well, in some areas the candidates are flowing like the salmon of Capistrano.
The salmon of Capistrano. I know what it is. Anyway, while he's relieving himself and hopefully not missing the bowl, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So we were talking about this conundrum here that the Chicago Bears are apparently facing. Knowing that trade recently happened and what it's done to that team, one Super Bowl for now 10 years you're set back 5 years now, unless the Rams suddenly become great again, which I don't see how they're going to because they're all a year older. And everybody knows who Cooper Kupp is, and apparently still don't have a number 2 for him. So what's going to happen this year? They're going to double team Cooper Kupp again, and they're going to overforce feed him until he gets hurt or Matt Stafford gets hurt or whatever happens first. Because unless they develop a number 2, and I don't know where they're going to draft a number 2 because they gave up all these top quality picks for him. So they're going to be drafting late and praying for a miracle, and that usually doesn't happen. That happens once a century, like last one in New England, 1999. Anyway, that's our football take. Well, early season, but pre-draft. We'll be doing pre-draft when it gets close. We will. We'll break that down because that's going to be very interesting to see who does what.
All right, I'm going out on a limb here.
What's that?
This is going to be my last cigar for a while. I realize that so I'm supposed to smoke cigars in a way that's, a special occasion. You enjoy it. You savor it. And it's a unique experience. It's not an everyday experience. And I realized that while I quit cigarettes, this is starting to become a little habit. So this will be my last one on IDD for a bit. Putting myself out there.
A while. How long is a while?
I don't know. At least a month.
A month. Okay. All right. All right.
I'm not saying I'm not smoking cigars anymore. I'm saying that I'm going to relegate them to
1 month.
Special circumstances.
So technically it would be St. Patrick's Day when you can light up again. How fitting.
That's the reason I'm saying only a month. Because
how fitting.
I was sitting in there going,
wow. You can't teach that kind of instinct, boys and girls.
I was in the bathroom and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go on camera and I'm gonna say, this is my last cigar
for 1 month.
And then I thought about it in my head and I said, well, we're having the St. Patty's Day party, and I got the orange cello. There's no fucking way I can't smoke a cigar with my orange cello.
I can do that. I can man up.
No, yeah. But seriously though, I'm gonna start to relegate it to more special experiences. Like orange cello. That's a special.
That's a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, but then after that, I'll wait until another.
Sack moment.
Right, another sack moment. It's
sack,
not going to be every Monday and
festival.
Wednesday when I'm talking into.
We should have like the annual spring sack festival, and then like the summer sack festival, and then it's all dropping in the fall sack festival.
Here's the sack festival. Okay, here's the sack festival.
It's all shrinking up in the winter sack.
Here's the sack festival. You can get sloshed. You can throw ice cubes. You can get sloshed. You can get a concussion.
You can end up in a bush.
Yeah, you can.
Like upside down in the bush.
You can sleep on your front lawn.
You can be in your friend's garage and you can rape everything in that garage.
Okay, let's clarify.
I'm not going to say his name because that would be terrible. But he knows.
No, just clarify that when you say that, you mean hump inanimate objects.
Literally.
Not rape everything. That's
he
a little.
Literally bent them over, didn't ask them if they wanted lube.
We're talking about inanimate objects.
Yes, we are. So I suppose
all these things.
No one would have. There'd been no response, probably because they were so frightened they couldn't speak. So, hey man, those are all the possibilities of a sack festival.
It's like Disneyland.
It really is like Disneyland. I'm in Psychoville and Finkel's the man. Oh my God.
It's funny that I said that because when we first saw the aquatic center, we were with my parents and we were like, it's like Disney.
Like Disney. That's what we thought.
The possibility.
You see those 5 pools and the water slides and the kiddie pools got just water shooting all over the fucking place. And then you're driving down, as you're driving through Championship Way, there's this pro-style golf course on either side of you. It's like the landscaping is immaculate. You think you're in Bushwood and Caddyshack. It's
one that we never take advantage of.
We have to. We have to go golfing. If for no other reason than to see if Slice Mulligan can return.
I think I'm not old enough to like golf yet.
I got news for you. If you and I played golf, you'd fucking be hooked. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Because there'd be nothing funnier on this.
There'd
be nothing on this earth, boys and girls, trust me, than watching these two jamokes on a golf course.
If this guy hits one good drive, you'd hear about it.
You'll hear about it forever. We'll ignore the other 400, but really 400.
I don't mean to bring it up again, but remember when I hit it 250?
The man suffered 400 strokes in 18 holes and lived to tell the tale.
Remember when I eagled that par 4?
No, neither do you. Throwing it doesn't count, Tom.
I was imitating you. I was imitating what you would be saying.
Threw it at the hole.
From the sand trap.
From the sand trap.
You do the...
That's quite a sand wedge you got there, Tom.
There's a guy on TikTok that says, "Here, you want me to show you how to do the best sand trap?" And he's like, "You make sure you're in a deep sand trap. Your friends on the green can't see you. You have the ball in your right hand, and you line up to your ball, and you swing and you hit the sand, and then follow like that. So they see the club go up, and ball comes flying up.
But wouldn't the ball be ahead of the club?
Yeah, but you hit the sand.
Okay. So they see the sand.
Right, they see the sand. And your club's in the air, and the ball's coming up. Like, you could do it like sand and then throw. It's pretty quick.
Do you know how high this fucking sand pit would have to be?
Dude, I'll show you a video of it. It's fun.
I'm sure there's a hole somewhere on this earth that actually this works, but I would say the vast majority of them are not like that. I used to caddy.
That's like Augusta.
Yeah, I've been a caddy before. I've been on some. I've never seen a fucking hole like this. Never. Even, dude, listen, in miniature golf, I've never seen a hole like that.
Well, duh. There's no holes in miniature golf.
I'm just saying, but you hit it through the fucking wheelhouse and hit it through the fucking gorilla's cheeks and fucking like shit like that. But never, ever. So.
Damn it, I can't find it.
In any event, I'll take your word for it. I'm sure
it's a funny video.
I'm sure it is. But anyway, we're doing a video. So anyway, we're gonna wait. Music. We have to fade.
Are we done?
Unless you can think of something else to say.
Well, excuse me. Excuse me, mon frere.
Listen here, baby.
I thought we were just getting started.
Wait, are you looking at the clock?
12:30.
No, look at the other clock. The timer.
33 minutes.
33.
Dude, our last one was like $1.10.
It was, but that was a serious, baseball legit. And then we segued, as you know.
Baseball, Larry Bird.
A lot of things. No, we closed with that. That was the song.
You'll be like, no. Oh man, the way he strikes people out. You know what he reminds me of?
We were talking about
what his 100-mile-an-hour fastball reminds me of? That night Larry Bird put his sack on Magic Johnson's mouth. I remember it. It was just like the heater coming down the middle. Oh.
We were talking about
when John Starks dunked. That reminded me when Tom Brady first came on the field.
We were. There's an element of truth to that.
The Washington Commanders signed Eric Bieniemy. I remember when Bill O'Brien came on board. Mm-hmm. Him and Bill Belichick were a dynamic duo.
I'm telling you, I'm that lucky. I can literally pinpoint to everything you said. I can bring it back to a Boston sports moment. That's called fortuitous, boys and girls. Okay. So, in any event, the All-Star game that's Sunday. The dunk contest is tomorrow. I'm curious to see how this turns out.
Who's in it? 4 nobodies. Let's look it up. Julius Randle's in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mac
McClung, Virginia's own Mac McClung is in the dunk contest. Shaq picked him to win it.
Is McClung still throwing down?
apparently nasty. He's Philly. He's with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, he hasn't played a minute this season, but apparently they have video of him playing in Summer League somewhere, NBA Summer League, and he's fucking throwing down double pump reverses and all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, the dude's got hops. And
I remember when he was... before he ever got to Georgetown, they used to have his high school shit.
Yeah, he's got hops. And he's clearly a man now, not a boy. So he has got hops. And he's not tall. He's probably
Trey Murphy the third?
He's probably 6'2".
McClung?
Might be 6'2". 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there.
Do you know Trey Murphy the third from the Pelicans?
I don't know Trey Murphy the second. Which means there must have been a first. I don't know who the fuck he is either. So there. No, I don't. The short answer is no. Somebody else. Oh, but Kenyon Martin's son is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's in it. I know who he is because his father was a bad mofo. Cincinnati Bearcats, baby.
Yeah, Kenyon Martin was cool.
He was on the finals with Kidd in the Nets against
Here's
Shaq
McClung going under his legs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's got hops. McClung's got hops. And he's small, too, so when he gets off the ground, it looks like he's flying.
Oh, Jericho Sims is in it.
Yeah, he's good, too. Jericho Sims. It might be interesting tomorrow.
Jericho Sims touching the top
of
the
the backboard.
See that?
Yeah.
He's the guy from the Knicks I told you I liked.
Yeah, he's good.
All he does is rebound.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. How tall is he? 6'8"?
I think he's 6'8", 6'8". He might be 6'9".
Yeah, he's got hops. So, I mean, there's going to be some interesting... There's going to be some bunnies hopping around tomorrow. See if they can do it.
Jr.
Here's the key, and Shaq brought this up, and he was right. Can they get it on the first dunk? Because if it takes them 4 and 5 tries to get a dunk, you shouldn't get a 90 for that. You should get like a 30, okay? Because back in my day, MJ and Dr. J and any of the Dominique and everybody else, they got it on the first fucking dunk. Okay, all of them. Larry Nance, fucking Kenny the Jet Smith, little Spud Webb on the first dunk got it at 5'8". So what sucked in the past years, it takes these guys do these ridiculous dunks that they can't do. They try them. It takes 6 tries to get it, and then there's 5 seconds to go on the shot. They have to get one, and they go in and do some lame ass dunk just so they get some points.
That's
the shit. I hope that they're saying.
Because I feel like they're
saying no.
That.
They're saying no.
I feel like they've started to change.
Yeah, they're saying no. They're going back to the original way where you get one fucking try per, and that's going to kill you. So these guys better be.
That's actually kind of hard.
That makes it
to
better.
Deliver.
That's the point.
I know.
That's what made Dominique and MJ and Dr.
I'm
J.
just saying it's tough.
They delivered.
Because I always want to see like a dunk where at the end of the dunk you're not just like. I want to see a dunk where you fucking rock the rim.
Hanging and banging, grabbing your nutsack. Because
some guys are trying to do too much in the air that they dunk like as they're falling down, kind of.
The good ones could do both.
Dude, like Vince, Dominique with the
windmill. Oh my god,
the tomahawk just.
Yeah.
Boom! He would hit that thing so hard.
Yeah, he was power in. He was filthy, Dominique. And he got robbed in '88 in Chicago because that was a 50 dunk.
Sean Kemp was a hard dunker.
Sean Kemp was filthy. I mean, that was the thing. These guys now can jump, but they don't have a style. We were talking about this. Right. They don't have a style that's their own. And that's the problem. And they have to come up with something. And
but it's hard because so many dunks have been done.
Even Blake Griffin, he jumped over a car, for Christ's sake.
That wasn't even his best dunk.
It wasn't his best dunk, but it was nasty.
Yeah, but it was like, all right.
First got to roll a car onto the court. Hey, something to be said for that. And then we were talking about overrated dunker, and that was definitely Dwight Howard.
When he put on that cape.
But anyway, that cape was terrible. And then Nate Robinson came out with the green. He was his kryptonite, and he ended up beating him. That was funny, though. He came out all green, kryptonite, and he beat him.
Nate Robinson dunked hard.
He's a little man, 5'9".
Yeah.
Sick. And he beat Dwight Howard in the dunk contest. And little green kryptonite dude. It was so funny. Like, yeah, take that and put that in your pipe and smoke it out. Anyway, so enjoy the weekend. The 3-point contest will be interesting. The skills competition's gotten pretty good. NFL, hopefully, will take a few cues from that. But we'll be back on Monday night to recap and think about the second half NBA play of the season NBA. Now, I'll tell you what, this is guaranteed to be a hell of a run. This closing month in the NBA is going to be something. And we'll talk more. They call it grapefruit. They call it grapefruit too in the spring training, grapefruit league.
So the grapefruit league is in Florida. The Cactus League.
The Cactus League.
Arizona.
We'll talk Cactus Grapefruit League. Are they starting any games starting this weekend? Anything?
I don't think so. Because only pitchers and catchers have reported.
I thought the Red Sox were starting this weekend.
A lot of the other players are in there, but I don't think they have to.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the Red Sox can wait to lose. They're going to lose anyway. They can wait. They put it out for a couple of days.
Dude, but then the WBC is going to start up in a couple of weeks, and a lot of guys are leaving their teams.
So they're going to miss most of training camp or half of training camp?
2 weeks.
And the season starts when they come back, right? Is that how it works? Because they're not going to do that when they start the season, right?
I mean, the season doesn't start until April.
Yeah, so that's in March. 2 weeks in March, that would make sense. Or the end of March, the season starts, I think. I believe.
Yeah, you're right.
So, in any event, we will see you guys on Monday. You guys enjoy the weekend. I know we will. Hopefully the weather gets a little better, a little less rain, a little more heat, because we got teased this week. And until that time, we doing music? Are we leading into the end?
Oh, my bad. I was looking it up. It's March 7th to the 21st, so it's 2 weeks.
Hold on. I'm going to do the... I'm not going to do that one, because I know you get mad at it. Hold on. Oh, this is the good one. Ready? This one you're going to like. This is another one. This is another one from my basketball days. So you know it's going to be fucking stellar. Why is it doing that?
If you need something, I got some love songs.
Oh, this is you're going to want to hear this. But anyway, until... Yeah, is that it? Yeah, mofo. Let's see, this is it right here. Oh my God, it never fails. It never effing fails. Why does everything I want to play have to have 15 fucking commercials in front of it? Come on, man, a dirty pool.
Because it's on a free site.
It's terrible. It's on a free site, you cheap mother. Anyway.
I'm just telling you why.
Enjoy the weekend as we head out. That is the redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo. A highly questionable one. Marginal Yatsu. And remember, boys and girls, like in a dark cave. Tight. Enjoy it. But when rap was rap.
Sorry. Not E40. Sorry. I cover every angle. I square, tripod to a rectangle. I mean that with a passion, self-being. When I rock the mic, it's worth seeing. So copper squat and fall with the EOICK while I'm hitting switches.